Today I'm going to be shooting a fun little video, and I hope you will excuse my ridiculously bright neon top and my ridiculously vibrant nails, and hopefully it won't be too distracting throughout the video. I probably could have planned that better. But today I am going to be shooting a video on my MAC palette. I am going to be going to the big mall that's kind of like an hour away from us. I'm with my friend, hopefully in the next couple days, and I'm gonna replace this with the new palette with the clear top so you can see everything. And while I was thinking about that, I thought, I don't think I've ever shared my MAC palette on here, so I should. I only have one MAC palette. It's pretty neutral. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on much by not having a ton of MAC eyeshadows. I do like them, and I probably will buy more in the future, but I don't feel like MAC shadows are as Pokemon as they used to be, you know, gotta catch them all. I feel like so many other companies do such great shadows that it's not necessary. But, that said, this is my MAC palette, and as you can tell, I do use it, not nearly as much as I would like. I'm trying to make myself use it more, as you know, I'm a performer, so for stage work and stuff, to get more use out of it, because I just hardly ever reach for this in my everyday life. So, I've got like 6 more matte shades over here, and then over here I've got kind of 9 more frost shimmer pearl shades, and all, as you can tell, pretty neutral shades. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to start with right here, and this shade is Bisque, and I don't see this available on the MAC website anymore. It looks like that. And there's a swatch, and that's Bisque. And I find that this is both a perfect highlight or an all over the lid color. And I really, really like this color. It's very neutral. They make tons of colors like this, rice paper, soba, Samoa silk, that are just these very neutral, good general colors. My second color here is Wedge. And Wedge is... Oh great, my finger was sweating, I didn't realize it, and I just messed that up. Uh-oh. Wedge is like a brown color. Brown color. If Bisque is like a soft beige, then Wedge is like a soft muted kind of beige taupe. That's what MAC calls it. And it looks like that. So that is Wedge, which is a great either eyebrow color or crease color. And the last one in this row is called Charcoal Brown. That's Charcoal Brown. And it looks like that. And it's just kind of a muted taupe brown. It's a bit deeper than Wedge. And that is Charcoal Brown. So there's Bisque, Wedge, and Charcoal Brown. All of them are mattes. My second row in here, we're starting out with BRUN, which is actually a satin, and it's known, MAC identifies it as a muted blackish brown. And it looks like that. And it's going to be, I've already cleaned off the previous swatches, but it's going to be even a bit more deep than Charcoal Brown. So that is BRUN. And then the next color down is Typographic, which is actually a matte squared, which means that it's just kind of a more velvety matte color. These can be a little bit more difficult to blend. That's Typographic, and it's called Asphalt Black. That's kind of how it's described by MAC. And that is, that is Typographic there. And then the last one in this row is yet another black, and it's Carbon, which we all know is just an intense black from MAC, and it looks like that. And then swatched, you've got BRUN, Typographic, and then Carbon, the blackest of them all. So those are kind of all of my mattes in this palette. Now this very center row. The first one we're starting out here is just such a MAC classic. It is a frost known as Naked Lunch. And Naked Lunch is a minimal pink with shimmer. That's how MAC describes it. And it looks like this. Let me see if I can get a... Very frosty. And it's an absolutely gorgeous color. It's kind of hard to see that swatch, but it just kind of, let me see if I can't put another layer on top of it so you can really see the color. It's just hard to see. There we go. It's just a very, very frosty pink. That's Naked Lunch. Did I say that was Naked Lunch? If I said that was something else, that's Naked Lunch. And then the next one underneath that is All That Glitters, which is a beige with gold pearl. And it looks like that. And so that's All That Glitters, and that's Naked Lunch next to each other. It's kind of hard to tell in the camera, but this is much more pink and this is much more like golden. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but they are, I promise. And that's Naked Lunch is a frost, and All That Glitters is like a VELUXE pearl. And then the final one down here at the bottom is a Lustre. Sorry, it's not a Lustre, it's a VELUXE pearl as well, and it's a warm antique gold color, and it's called Woodwinked. And it looks like that. It's super pigmented, super buttery soft, and I absolutely love Woodwinked. It's like one of my favorite colors. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I think especially if you have like a tan skin tone, it's just the most beautiful shade. So this is Naked Lunch, All That Glitters, and Woodwinked. So now I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to do swatches with the other hand, and we're now moving on to this row. And the top item on this row is called Tempting. It's a Lustre, and it is a Sinfully Rich Cocoa, is how MAC describes it. And it looks like that, and that is Mulch. Sorry, that's Tempting. I'm just making up stuff, guys. That's Tempting. And then the next color under Tempting is Mulch, and it's a velvet, and it's described as a red-brown with a bronze pearl, and it's that color right there. And it could be seen as being very similar, but a bit more red. So that's Mulch. And then down here at the bottom, this very super golden toned bronzy shade is called Amber Lights, and it's a frost, and it's a peachy brown with a shimmer, and it looks like that when you swatch it. This one right here. And that's what it looks like. So this is Tempting, Mulch, and Amber Lights, which is just, it's like a wet look. It's so gorgeous. Amber Lights is yet another one of my favorites. Moving on to the end tier, this is the very last row, and I think you all can probably guess what this top color here is. The very first color is a VELUXE Pearl, and it's a khaki color with pearl, and it is called Sumptuous Olive. And it looks like that. And it's a bit more green than it's showing up. It's showing up quite gold there. And in real life, it's got definitely a green tone to it. So that is Sumptuous Olive. The next color down is a velvet, a gold plum with bronze pearl, and this color is called Sable. And it looks like that. And that is Sable right there. And then the final color is a frost, and it's a taupe with silver shimmer, and it is, of course, satin taupe, that color right there. Let me see here. My finger's clean. And it looks like that. And that is satin taupe. So you have Sumptuous Olive, Sable, and satin taupe, all of which are either VELUXE Pearl, well, we've got VELUXE Pearl, Velvet, and Frost. So they're looking a bit more matte in the camera than they do in real life. They've got like a more, I wouldn't say shimmery, but a more satiny type finish in real life than they're showing up on camera. I'll just run through quickly one more time with my MAC palette. It's Bisque, Wedge, ooh, excuse me, let me try this again. Bisque, Wedge, and Charcoal Brown, BRUN, Typographic, and Carbon, Naked Lunch, All That Glitters, and Woodwinked, Tempting, Mulch, and Amber Lights, Sumptuous Olives, Sable, and Satin Taupe. So that is my MAC palette. And I will put all this information in the down bar in case I said anything crazy, and they'll be in order of the palette from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they'll be in order in case I said anything crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I've really been enjoying shooting regular videos, and I've got some other videos coming up soon. Keep your eyes peeled, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Questions, comments, concerns, ideas, or suggestions, put them below. If you're not subscribed, please do, and have a great day. Bye!